Hi, it's Eugene Ebner with BroadwayWorld TV. I am extremely honored to be at the infamous Feinstein's 54 Below with the legendary entertainer Charles Busch. How are you?
The legend is still with us.
He's still here. We're excited because he is coming back here to Feinstein's 54 Below February 6th through the 8th, and also on February 27th because he has a brand new show entitled Native New Yorker. My understanding is this is bringing us back to a place where you tell the story of making your mark and your place within the entertainment business. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, we had done a show here a year ago that I'd say Tom Judson, my musical director, and it was all about my youth in the 60s. And but actually, I thought the story kind of got sexier and more interesting in the 70s.
Right.
So it's really me telling stories about just my difficult struggles to try to figure out how I was going to find a place really in the theater, and it takes me from college to the opening night of my play Vampire Lesbians of Sodom, which was my big break and allowed me to achieve my dream, which was not to win an Oscar or something, but just to earn a living,
Right.
In theater, and that was the dream, and that was what I, thank God, achieved. Yeah, so along the way, I sing a collection of songs from the 70s, and from everything from Sondheim to Jim Croce, Rupert Holmes, the late Michel Legrand. It's just beautiful songs, but it's really storytelling. Just because I got a lot of stories on it, and it was a crazy road to figure out just how I was going to do this, because I figured out quite early, really in college, that I was not going to make it just as regular actor, and I had to figure out another route and to understand what was it that I had to offer. I think that's kind of a positive way to look at things. When you're young, it's throughout your life, it's very easy to kind of go to the negative place of just, I can't do this, I'm not right, I can't do this, I can't do that. But I think if you try to spin it in your head that, well, what is it that I do have to offer, what's maybe unique about me. I also read a quote when I was very young, I think maybe in college, from the great French poet Jean Cocteau, that whatever it is about you that disturbs people, cultivate that, because that's who you truly are.
Oh,
And that made a big impression on me.
I can see that. I find it interesting that you're bringing this up because so many, as you know, especially in New York City, are searching for that right now.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that you're saying this for people that are watching this, not only because now they know, if they didn't, that you're putting on this show, to be able to come and enjoy your humor, because you're very funny at the same time, but you are, and I love, like you said, all your elements that you bring to it. But you said you had to find your niche, but then once you find your niche, then you can open up and explore, don't you think?
Yes, and I think I was very fortunate because I may have been born that way, but I was also raised by a very extraordinary woman, my Aunt Lillian, who adopted me, and I'm not a fantasy queen. I'm very pragmatic, and I figured out really early on that this is going to work. So who am I, and how am I going to do this? And so I feel very blessed that with that kind of it's kind of tough-minded.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you have to be very focused, don't you think?
Yes.
And whether you were
anything that you want to achieve, yes.
You have to show up, be focused, and continuously show up, right? Even once you make your mark, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think aspire to be a real pro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think for one thing, I was so bad in school. I was absolutely not scholastic, and I couldn't focus. It was very difficult. My aunt wrote most of my term papers to get me through high school. And I believe, though, that once I was in the professional world after college, I felt that now I can, I will deliver. So anytime I do a show or play or work at a different theater, as playwright or whatever, I don't go to bed until the homework's done, until I've done the rewrite.
I'm the same way.
I really, in 40 years, I've never missed a deadline.
That's fantastic.
But I think there's part of me is still, this kid who just could not deliver, in school from kindergarten through college, But now, damn it, I'm going to be the professional. I'm going to be the one that you can depend on.
Right. Now, with this show coming up, Native New Yorker, this is primarily you as who you are as a man, Charles Busch. Do you incorporate any drag into it?
Well, it sort of depends what you call drag, honey.
Any sparkle? I am sure there'll be plenty of.
No, well, this is the thing. I started really doing this cabaret thing seriously about 6 years ago with Tom Judson, and I was doing it in full drag, and I never really understood why, other than the fact that people have been seeing me playing my roles in drag in plays for so many years, so that's what he does. But it seemed a little weird in cabaret because I don't have a actual drag persona that so many performers have today.
Right.
So I'd be introduced as Charles Busch, then come out looking like Arlene Dahl, and then proceed to tell true stories about my life and sing Sondheim. So there was a disconnect from him. And finally, really, it was only about a year and a half ago, maybe, that I took the radical move and decided to do one night just out of drag, and I was just wearing a black shirt and black pants, and I was thrilled that I enjoyed it. Didn't feel constrained or weird. But then I thought, well, am I in this fluid day and age? So it's either this or that. And so I had a lovely sort of paisley suit made up with rhinestone buttons. I always say it's the place where Bruno Mars meets Judy at the Palace.
Oh, I love that.
Or Helen Lawson. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So I'm not. It's got plenty of flash and a little bit androgynous, but I would not say that I was in drag.
Right. Well, they're here to see you, and you're presenting in your own pizzazz, like you said. And I don't think it has to be black and white.
Well, not today. It doesn't.
Not anymore.
No, not at all.
What are so you brought up some of the other the composers, and so 70s and 80s, Sondheim.
Well, should I tell you some of the extra songs I'm doing?
I'd love that.
Oh, well, I love taking a sad song and making it sadder. I like going grim, So one of my favorite songs is "Touch Me in the Morning."
Oh, yeah. Diana Ross.
I love Diana Ross recording, and a friend of mine, a wonderful, I guess you'd say cabaret journalist, or James Gavin, suggested that I listen to a recording that Peggy Lee did of it on her live from London, and oh my God, it's
I
you go to YouTube. It's dark, and it inspired us to go darker. Anyway, it might be my favorite song we've ever done. And I do that Jim Croce song, "I Got a Name."
Yeah,
it fits in with my narrative. It's kind of like, in a way, I guess you could say I'm doing kind of a jukebox musical cabaret act. I'm telling this narrative, and I take these songs and I sort of use them to reflect on what the story I've been telling, or vice versa.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Oh, "Pieces of Dreams" by Michel Legrand with the Bergmans, and there's a wonderful song called "Widescreen" that Rupert Holmes wrote and Streisand recorded. And a beautiful song that's not very well known from the Julie Andrews movie "Darling Lily" called "Whistling in the Dark." "Whistling in the Dark," Henry Mancini and Johnny Mercer. It's gorgeous, gorgeous song.
I love all of them that you're bringing up.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's a funny show. Don't you know? I may sing grim, but the
Right.
uptunes are the banter.
But I think that's what's so great about you, the balance of both, because you can bring, like you said, a darkness to it, but then you have the humor. So it's like we go on this, it's a journey.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I like that in my plays as well. I love a roller coaster tone where you it can be outrageous, you can be bawdy, and then suddenly turn it and really try to have some insight into human condition.
I agree, and that's why you're legendary and you're a master.
Oh,
And sparkling.
thank you.
Well, we're really...
I'd rather just say I'm eye candy.
Okay, eye candy works too. And what about this? This is nice. Anyway, we're so excited about this. So anyone that's watching, get your tickets now, February 6th through the 8th, the legendary Charles Busch, and also February 27th.
Yes, for a special encore performance.
Encore performance. And I can't wait because I liked all of these songs, especially the Touch Me in the Morning, and I can't wait to see your take on it.
Well, it's kind of my favorite show that Tom and I have done. I feel like we've really kind of grown and taken it to the next step. I'm really excited about it.
Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Oh, that's some fun.
Yeah, can't wait to see you later.